Welcome back to Creepy Confidential. I'm your host, Noelle, your resident weirdo Wisconsinite. Here on Creepy Confidential, I open case files on my favorite cryptids, cults, conspiracies, and other worldly creepy. What's up, creeps? Welcome back to Creepy Confidential. This week, we're going to be diving into another episode of the Cryptid Creepshow. This is my second personal favorite cryptid, first being Bigfoot, of course. This one is called the Fresno Nightcrawlers. I don't know if any of you may have seen these really interesting creatures, maybe on the internet or maybe pulled up a GIF somewhere to send your friends and you happen to come across these guys. Now, there's only been 2 sightings that are legit, quote unquote, that they can't prove essentially. They can't prove it's not a hoax, which is crazy because most cryptids nowadays, there's always some sort of picture. Their sightings go back, way back. These were in the 2000s. It was the first time we ever saw this creature. Now, they're also known as the Fresno aliens because they do look kind of alien in nature. But again, why would they wait until the 2000s to show up, to just be checking out the land? Very interesting. Now, the first footage was captured by a gentleman named Jose. He was trying to catch bike thieves in his neighborhood in Fresno, California. He was woken up in the middle of the night by barking dogs, and I'm sure he thought, I got him. I know that's what it is. And he checked his security footage, and there it was. This crazy, all legs, all pants creature casually walking across his lawn. It is a sight to see. The creature appears to be about 4 feet tall. Tall legs, no torso, just kind of a head put on top of a pair of white pants. And what's crazy is that it's not in a hurry. It's not running from anything. It doesn't appear to be sketchy, like aliens, you always see, they're poking around the edge, or you only see the lights in the sky. Like, this guy just is casually walking across the lawn as he's just going across to the next neighborhood. It's crazy to me. And they're so interesting. Every time I see them in kind of the original footage, I just hear circus music. They just have this crazy way that they walk. Now, the second footage, what actually comes from Yosemite National Park, which is also in California, not very far, relatively far, from Fresno, California. I don't know why I thought in my mind that Yosemite National Park was like in the middle of the country. I know that makes me seem very blonde and not very intelligent. But again, I just kind of stick to the places that I go. So I had to look up how far it was. It's not that far away. And then this footage is crazy because there's 2 of them. Now there's another about the same size as the first one. And then I'll use the word baby or childlike size one, mini size, a mini-me that's walking behind them. Again, caught on security footage, caught on a trail. And this one, when you watch it, it's, you go, okay, if someone is faking this footage, it's behind trees. So usually if someone's going to fake footage, you're going to use a green screen. It's for the average everyday person who's trying to create a hoax. They're not going to put trees and things it's not going to, you know what I mean? Not going to make their life more difficult. This looks to be everything behind the nature as it is. It's crazy. Now, over time, there has been other suggested sightings, I'll say, but they've been able to be proven that they are not real, that they were hoaxes. So aside from Jose's backyard and Yosemite National Park, this is the only evidence that we have of these creatures. Why did they wait so long to come here? Where did they come from? What are they? There's so many questions about these guys. And there's no sort of, like when you hear about the chupacabra, you hear about things that are, essentially they're killing things, they're eating things, livestock. There's no types of stories that involve any sort of eating or violent nature that surrounds these guys. So they're kind of listing them under a peaceful. However, no one's rolled up on one of these dudes and seen what they can do. For all we know, they're all teeth. I'm just putting it out there. It's crazy. Now, Jose spent some time essentially trying to validate his experience. Over time, another show picked it up. Now, Sci-Fi's Fact or Faked, the Paranormal Files. These guys weren't on for very long, but they were on long enough to find Jose and essentially walk through the process of trying to see if it was a hoax. And they ultimately could not debunk the footage. They did all kinds of video tests just to see. They tried to recreate it with a kid. They tried to recreate it with stilts, and you couldn't prove that it was false. Now, sadly, from what I hear through the grapevine is that Jose has passed away, not because of aliens, I think because of a tragedy from what I was reading. So he's not here to kind of discuss this any longer. So now we're only left with the Yosemite National Park, and again, nobody was there. It was caught on security footage. So these two sightings, close together, they are years apart. Not like they were days, like they just kind of showed up and took a walk, but relatively in time, considering we're in 2023 now, almost, they're really close. So let's talk about the theories. So one presumed theory was that they were a Native American folklore creature in the region that apparently this has been debunked. To me, this seems like a way for them to go, we don't claim it. That's just folklore, my dude. My words, not theirs. But essentially, that's what they're saying. But when you look at these creatures, they are same kind of thing. Long legs, tiny little head. It's almost like a totem style, but imagine it splitting and that's the legs. And then there's one little tiny totem on the top. So it's plausible, but again, they're not claiming it. And this is apparently because there was some sort of swamp creature. They had to have tall legs because they existed in a lot of water. They had to wade through, and then their little heads poked out the top. So that's one theory. Another theory is that these are another creature known as the Carmel area creature. Now, I've looked up this creature. Now, it is thin, it's armless, but kind of pale, it's humanoid, and it's in Ohio, which I find a little funny because I'm here in Ohio. I've never heard of this creature before, and I'm all up in the, hey, where's the creature's business, and I haven't heard of it. So I took a look, and I will, of course, as always, I will show pictures and post pictures on our YouTube channel so that you can kind of view all of this footage. I will include the video footage of the original sighting, of the second sighting, and of these kind of theories, right? So I don't think it's the Carmel area creature in just in general, though the Carmel area creature has this kind of, it looks like a creature, like it's a little more scary looking, and you can see the little muscles and things like that, where the Fresno creature, Nightcrawler, kind of has these flowy legs, like disco pants. I'm sorry, but that's what they look like. Like, where did it come from? So many other things. And the Nightcrawlers kind of have like an ethereal presence. I don't know if that makes sense. When you see the footage, you'll understand. Like they do. It's just this weird, glowy kind of footage of their body, their legs. It's really crazy. And I think it's this, my words, ethereal presence that makes people believe that it's extraterrestrial. Aliens. You right? And I would believe that. I would believe that. When you watch them walk, this is going to be a weird analogy. You know how you've been in the pool for a really long time, or you've been swimming for a really long time, and you try and get out. I mean, I'm talking, you've been hanging out in the pool all day long, and then you try and walk around, and your body now has to readjust to not having the kind of anti-gravity of the water. And your legs are wobbly. That's what it looks like. It's like they're not meant to be walking in our gravitational number, like our parameters. It's really cool. I know I keep saying that, but again, this is my number 2 favorite cryptid. This episode, just due to the general small amount of information about the Fresno Nightcrawler, isn't going to be particularly long today, but I really wanted to make sure that you guys knew about this awesome cryptid. Now, follow along. We're going to be bringing along more cryptids, and again, we're going to be posting up our visuals on our YouTube video. We'll get the video up there, we'll get pictures so you can see. And now we have a Twitter, so you want to talk to us? Let's talk about the Fresno Nightcrawler. Have you seen a Fresno Nightcrawler? Have you seen these crazy disco pants? Talk to us. Let's see what you say. What's your take on this? Take a look at the footage, take a look at the visuals, and let's hear what you have to say. So on Twitter, we are at, your guys are going to laugh, Sup Creeps. That's our Twitter handle, SUPCREEPS. Please give us a follow, and let's chat. We'll be posting up on YouTube, Instagram as usual, and then we always have Facebook. So Facebook it's kind of our wall that we can post things. A lot of people still have Facebook, but YouTube and Instagram are our top 2 things that we like to communicate on. So let's see what you guys think. Let's chat. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and follow us again. We'll see you guys soon on another episode of Creepy Confidential.